I need Summer not to act like she. I'm gonna. Sorry, I don't know if we can say names right now, but I will say it. I need Summer to stop acting like she can be a spokesperson for the Alphabet Gang when the only thing she cares about when it comes to LGBTQIA plus is for herself. She doesn't care about trans rights. She doesn't care about gay rights. She only cares about Summer's rights. So if she can justify someone throwing an F slur, maybe she needs to sit the fuck down and stop pretending like she gives a fuck about anyone else. That's bullshit.
And wait till you hear the video, because she was advocating like an MF and going crazy and not
saying, I have a gay best friend right here. Yep. I can't be homophobic because I have a gay best friend right here.
He said that or she said that?
She did.
He said that.
She needs to shut. I'm sorry. Like, you're a trans woman. You're part of the Alphabet Gang. So either get educated or stop fucking talking. But it's very clear she grew up in probably a very conservative home. She grew up without any education. And instead of when she was learning about what feels true to her identity, she learned about what feels true to fucking Summer. She doesn't learn about what feels good or what's needed for everyone else. She is not a spokesperson. She's not a spokesmodel. She just fucking sucks. And so for her to justify this, it's the same thing even with racism. She could justify it if she thought someone was hot and she wanted to fuck them.
Exactly, Britt.
Yeah, she said it was.
That's what it is. It comes down to it. If it was wrong, if he was ugly and she didn't feel like he was fuckable, but she can excuse anything that harms the community that she's a part of, that I'm a part of, that so many people are a part of.
Right.
As long as it doesn't affect her or is bitching towards her, she doesn't give a fuck.
Right there, babe.
And she said it was all set up that Nick and Sabrina, and well, she mentioned all of our names: Nick, Sabrina, Teapot.
Oh yeah, she
Britt.
did.
They set it all fucking up. They set up this so he would crash out.
I wasn't even on.
No shit.
I didn't even reconnect.
You weren't even there, and she was fucking stuck.
Summer, I know you're listening. You're a fucking piece of shit, you stupid hoe. I fucking hate you.
It was rough listening to it. And then they were turning on their own comments, like, mute them, block them right now. You guys
mute that bitch.
Yep.
I'm a trans woman. Why would I ever stand against my community? I stand up. I speak for the voiceless.
She does it all the time. See, this is what Summer, take notes. Let me help you real quick.
Oh, Britt, she said, I'm the
reason you're
voice
not
for the
liked is
voiceless.
because you stand for nothing.
Yeah.
You have no morals. You're not consistent. You just go with whatever keyword people say. And then when things don't go wrong, you say, I don't know. It's not my fault. Someone set me up. Someone else did it. If you just took accountability and were consistently standing for something, people would probably like you more. But you're a fucking flip-floppy bitch who just needs to go fuck off.
Blame it
Take
on
another
somebody
coma,
else.
take another
that's
break,
what else she said,
log
Britt. She
off,
goes,
and
You'll
figure out
never
what your
cancel
priorities are.
me. You'll
If it's just
never
yourself,
cancel
fine,
me.
own that. But what this is, it's just you defending the inexcusable. I swear to God, this bitch would have been in front of, like, the schools that were trying to desegregate, yelling with the sign. And then, like, nowadays, she'd, like, see a photo of herself and be like, I don't know why I was even there. That wasn't me. Like, deadass, she's horrible.
Thanks, Minty.
She's gross.
Thank you.
Thanks, Minty.
Like, in my community, we say not all skin folk are kinfolk, right? Not everyone that looks like you is going to be for you. That's an Allison. Allison's is a tap dancing piece of shit. I'll say that.
She hopped up there. Allison hopped up in the box.
I'm going to say, as a black woman, Allison's a tap dancing piece of shit. And I probably shouldn't say that in front of this audience, but I'll say it. Allison is an example of all skin folk aren't kinfolk. Summer is an example of all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Someone who is in community isn't always going to be an ally or isn't always going to be for the community. That's, of course, Allison did. Allison loves a bigot. Allison is a tap dancer who loves a tap dance for bigots. Summer is a tap dancer for bigots. You all suck. Allison, I hope you're listening. I'm telling you, you're a piece of shit. You're an Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus piece of shit. Summer is an Uncle Tom for her community.
Girl.
I'll call it. I'll say it.
Say it loud, honey.
It was gross listening to her, honestly. It was like, you know what? He wouldn't even have said it
Summer, he wouldn't have said it if he wasn't provoked. And Summer's like, you know what? Yeah, like they set this up. It was clickbait for them. It was, and this is like after even besides that, she heard about the DV shit and him being called out about it. And she's like, they can't, listen, they can't pick on a man like that and not know him.
That's so stupid. That word, when I get mad, there's certain words I don't use. I don't use certain words when I get mad. So if that word's being used, it's because it's something he's comfortable with, and that's something he's used in the past. But sure, let's blame everyone else. Let's blame a bitch that was asleep and not even online.
Right.
Fuck her.
Bitch. You'll flip when you hear it. We replayed it up here so we could have a fucking laugh after because of how stupid. The AI is who's getting canceled. It was rough over there.
Wait, they said something about having my address?
There's something in there.
No.
Yeah, they were. It's
Sabrina was telling, because Tyler claimed he didn't know what happened between Summer and everyone. He didn't know why Sabrina and Nick ever stopped being, and he said something about being off the app for a while, right?
Yeah.
But he's been in our lives enough. He's heard it. But anyway, Sabrina was trying to give him a rundown of here's some of the shitty things that they've been a part of, and said about the address and your grandfather and stuff, was telling him about that.
Not specifically.
Yeah, not your address wasn't said.
Right.
No, but I like Ben said, what did they say about having the address of Britt's? That wasn't hers, it was someone else's.
Your mum's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did Summer address that?
No.
No.
She just says it's all lies, like she does every time. Yeah. They're lying. I didn't do that. Oh, something. And then she even brought up the pizzas. In my last Discord, they sent me pizzas. We didn't send me
fucking pizzas. I sent the cops. I'll say that. But no one sent you fucking pizzas.
She went off. It was crazy. It was
at this point, it's pretty obvious that anything Summer claims that happened to her, she did herself. Because she wants to be a victim. And I'm not going to give her any victimhood. Teapot's not going to give her any victimhood. Neither is Says. No. So Summer's so desperate. And sorry, my voice is getting worse, but Summer's so desperate to have some kind of victimhood.
No, and that's